What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. So Deontay Wilder, since his shocking loss to Joseph Parker, has implied he may be on the way out of boxing. Here we go. Deontay Wilder has indicated that he could now retire from boxing after getting his head mollywopped by Joseph Parker. And let's not forget, Joe Parker, as I've said in many recent videos, is what we call, or was what we call, down bad. Dude was in there with cruiserweights going to life and death, 50-50. I think he beat one of them like 115, 113. Anyway, Wilder's comments. Oh man, we'll see what happens, and we still have a little bit left, and I did a great job managing my money, and I'm a happy fighter, and I'll be back, and cock-a-doodle-oo. No, let's get serious. Start again. We'll see what happens. We still have a little bit left. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. It didn't look like it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm all for people having a little bit left, but come on now. Who here saw anything left? I saw nothing left. I saw a dude in here politicking. Don't get me wrong, listen. We've seen crazier things. Plenty of sports and celebrity people go into politics. Yeah? If Wilder was to tell me, I still see a little bit left in politics after his last performance, I'd say, I see where you're going with it there. Yeah? Because you politicking in there. Wilder's known for letting that right hand go. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know where they were doing that one at, that he was doing, apart from in politics. So, anywho. But I did a great job managing my money. And this is the thing that worries me here about Wilder. We've seen AJ talk about money many times, and it icks me out. We all know these guys make money, but for me, the minute someone starts talking about money in the game, it worries me. Particularly when they ain't performing right. Like, take for example Terence Crawford, or even Errol Spence. You never really hear these guys say, Errol Spence lost to Crawford, right? He ain't saying, oh man, I got money in the bank. And even when Wilder lost to Fury, he wasn't saying, I've got money in the bank. So the minute someone's even thinking this, I've done a great job managing my money, you're probably finished. You've probably been finished. Not to mention, look at your performance. Anywho, I'm a happy fighter. I'll be back, and if not, then it's been a pleasure. I don't know if I still have the same fire I used to. A lot has calmed me down. I've been wearing this smile all week long, and I'ma still wear it. Nothing can stop me on that. Again, Wilder, the dog he showed in them Fury fights, he ain't got it no more, man. He just ain't got it. We saw it. Did we see a little bit in round 12? Maybe. But I mean, just after the fight, he's got his hand in the air, celebrating like he did some. Icky, in my book, cringy. You know you lost the fight. You didn't even turn up as well. That's the worst thing. At least respect the game enough to know, okay, I didn't turn up tonight. Let me bow my head in shame. He didn't do that. He trying to pull a Canelo in that sense. When Canelo lost to Bivol, his hands all in the air. No. Respect the game enough to say, you know what, I've been beat. Fair enough. If it's a close fight, yeah, I'm all for someone. Kind of, you know what I mean? But come on. When you've been beat, just take it and accept it. Don't be coming with all these corny bars about, it can't be done. Like, you finished. Let's call a spade here. It's been a pleasure. I'm finished. And I agree. And we know this. This isn't something that's record-breaking here, people. We know the whole silk pajamas cliche. And fair play to Wilder for kind of admitting it in that sense. AJ, in the past, he said things like, I don't really need to box, I've got money. But he hasn't actually confessed that possibly I don't have what I used to have, right? I've never heard AJ actually say, I don't think I've got the fire I used to have. Do you understand? Which in a way, I mean, seeing how AJ's potentially come back. Now, I'm not going to claim AJ's all the way back. AJ's on the first step to being back. I need to see how he performs going forward. So maybe the reason AJ didn't confess that I'm finished, maybe he wasn't finished, I don't know. He looked finished. He looked well finished. He looked like a man who been finished, right? Let's say for example, yeah, I eat ready meals. If a ready meal says put it in the microwave for 4 minutes and I leave it in there for 10, finished, right? That's how AJ was looking. AJ was looking like a 4 minute, but put in there for 10-minute microwave meal. Well done. Not even well done. Well done's a way you'd have a steak, right? This was char grilled, super char grilled. Char grilled, I forgot about it in the oven grilled. Yeah, oh damn, I didn't know I put it in there 2 hours ago. That's what this was. That's what AJ was looking like. Fair play to him. He's come back to some extent. But to see Wilder saying these words, I mean, can you write a man off after one bad performance? Probably not. But it's not looking good, is it? I much preferred, and even though I was critical at the time, after seasoning and marinating on the issue, which was the way Wilder behaved after the Fury losses, I came to the conclusion that I'd prefer a man to lose and be angry about it in the right way, i.e. I've given it my all and it wasn't enough, than to see someone be smiling and happy that they've lost. Wilder, he said it himself, oh, I'm happy I was smiling all the way through. That ain't the spirit that's going to get you back on top. Does that not mean Wilder could knock some bums out? Maybe. Who even knows though? Most people assumed, myself included, Joe Parker would have got knocked out. Didn't even put Joe Parker down. So who can... And obviously boxing doesn't work like triangles, but who can Wilder knock out confidently? Apart from sparring partners like Robert Helenius, who probably jumped on the floor. Or Malik Scott, sparring partner, who probably jumped on the floor, right? Joe Parker came to win. Wilder, right hand nowhere to be found. And I've always been skeptical. Yeah, towards the end I started buying into it. Oh, Wilder knocked AJ out in one punch. Obviously I was wrong. Wilder can't even knock Parker out in one punch. The only person Wilder's actually showed something with is Ortiz, and again, we don't even know how real that is. We don't know how real it was. Do we? Ortiz knocking on 65-year-old. Not to mention, there was that same friendly/family dynamic. Wilder has a daughter who's less abled, I think they call it. Luis Ortiz has a daughter who's less abled, so they had this kind of bond. And Wilder said himself, oh man, I give Luis Ortiz 10 fights because I want to help his daughter. So you just don't know what's going on, do you? Really? The one man Wilder's knocked out, he's friends with. Everyone he knocked out, he's friends with. He gets in there with Fury, he gets in there with Parker, and can't knock the guys out. Do you know what I'm saying? Not to mention that now it's almost like, well, the one party trick Wilder had, he's not even that keen on using it. He's not even that committed to it, is he? He didn't go in there doggedly trying to get his right hand off. He didn't go in there doggedly doing none. He went in there looking like a flow session. These words, and I respect Wilder for being honest here, these words sound like a man who's exited the game. Yeah, if you don't, I'm not sure if I have the dog anymore. That's a no then, right? Innit? Let's call a spade here. I'm not sure if I got the dog anymore. Yeah, you finished him. That's what it is. A lot has calmed me down. The coin has calmed you down. And rightfully so. Listen, when you've got no coin in the bank here, when you've got no coin coming in, you will wake up at 5 a.m. with heart palpitations. Yeah? When you have no coin, every day will feel like a day that you're on the edge. Do you understand? So when that coin starts rolling in, what are you waking up stressed for? Nothing. If anything, you're stressed that you've got, what am I working for? That's why loads of people do it. Loads of people fall off. They're really hungry on the way up. They get some coin and fall off. It's the standard tale. And that's why you have to respect the real ones. Crawford's made a whole bunch of money. He's still in there in the gym every day at it. Which is really the top 10% of them. I respect Canelo as well. Canelo's made heaps of bank. Still, he in the gym. And yeah, he lost to Bivol, but to be quite frank, how many weight divisions had he gone up? He beat the best around for the last 10 years, Golovkin, handedly, in at least 2 of the fights. So, Canelo's another one. You've never seen, the money has never changed how Canelo fights. Unfortunately, Wilder, who in my opinion, he needed that passion. Because he doesn't have a bunch of skills, does he? Wilder categorically does not have a bunch of skills. What he did have was a right hand and a willingness to let it go and a belief in himself that he was the baddest man. Now, I don't care what no one says. You watch Wilder versus Parker. You tell me if that looks like a man who's the baddest man. There's a film, I think it's called The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I don't know. Some Narnia thing. Narnia? I don't know. Whatever the film called. And at one point, the lion... I think the lion's kind of like a representation of God, or I'm not sure, but either way. The lion has all its hair shaved off. And this next pagan Donnie says, oh, look, this lion's lost all his hair. All he is a big pussycat with a bunch of hair, essentially. And that's how Wilder looked to me. Wilder in previous fights, he looked like a lion with a full pride. What do they call lion things with big hairs? Their big thing, is it a pride? Either way, lions have this big barnet thing, yeah? Wilder looked to me like the lion in Narnia that was down bad. Had all his hair shaved off. Do you understand? And he's admitting it here. He's admitting I ain't got wild. I ain't the king I used to be. I don't even believe I'm the king I used to be. I don't even want to be the king I used to be. And it's interesting. I watched a Instagram reel of Mike Tyson talking, and he was crying, and he goes, basically, he says, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I feel like a bitch because I think about the guy I used to be 30 years ago, and I miss him. I miss the chaos he used to bring in his wake. Do you understand? This for me is one of them ones. Wilder hasn't got to that point yet. Wilder's in the new of it, right? Mike Tyson's 55, 60 years old. Wilder's at the point where that man who used to be gone, he's still enjoying the fruits of his labour. At some point, 10, 15 years from now, he may look back and say, just like Mike, I miss that guy who was totally ferocious. Anywho, should Wilder retire? It's too early to say, right? Listen, I never write someone off after one fight. When AJ lost to Ruiz, I was bang on it with him. That second performance with Ruiz turned me off because I didn't like it. I didn't like the politicking. I believe in this game, for the amount of money AJ was earning, he should have been spiteful in there to get his get back. Wilder, so I'm not going to write Wilder off. But this next fight, whoever he fights next, and it's better not be a bum as well. Let's put it out there now. I don't want to see Wilder in there with no more bums, because what Wilder's proven is, Wilder's proven he can KO a bum. Okay, we've seen that one. I need to see Wilder in there with a Dubois, you know, any of them ones, any of them mid kind of ones. Dubois, obviously Zhang isn't mid-level, but anyone who's decent, who's coming to win, right? Zhang comes to win. Dubois, he might quit, but he'll come to win for a bit, right? Joe Joyce. I think the Joe Joyce fight's interesting. Joe's quite slow and quite stiff. Let's see if Wilder... let's call it a spade here. If Wilder can't get the right hand off against Joe, he finished. That's what I'd like to conclude. I mean, Parker wasn't that slippery. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. But I want to see Wilder in one of their mid-level fights now. Or any fight. Any middle level and above. I don't want to see no more sparring partners. I don't want to see no more Hellenius, Wallin, or any of them corny ones. Get him out of it. Wilder versus Miller? Why not? You know, we're not. Again, Miller. If Wilder can't get it off against Miller, he finished. So all these different ones, but mid-level and above. No bums. Because even if you don't rate Miller, I don't rate Miller. But he half turned up, right? He ran out of gas, right? But still, he half turned up. He didn't just roll over like Hellenius would. And Miller's got a chin, a decent chin. Anywho, yeah, I mean, boxing right now, he might as well hang about for one more fight, but I don't care about seeing someone hang about. I'm saying, if he thinks he might... Sometimes it takes an off performance to come back, right? So we can't write him off now, but for sure, the next one, he will be written off. If he goes out sad again, he's written off with a capital W. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and look off the 100%, no doubt.